In this episode, I will be creating some kind of abstract typography kind of design. Was inspired by Zach Lieberman on Twitter. So basically, you create some kind of text and then you kind of scramble and you kind of scramble the text in some way. So it's only kind of readable from one angle. So let's quickly create something. As you might notice, I'm actually using Blender 2.79, and this is kind of the legacy Blender, but that's okay. It's still kind of useful because of the grease pencil. The grease pencil treatment in Blender 2.79 is slightly different, and if you are using it with Sphere you can easily sample something like that. 2.8T, actually Blender 2.8 grease pencil has a lot more features and actually probably more node friendly. But as you can see here, with 2.79, I can kind of resample grease pencil very easily. So yeah, let's scramble this text. If you have an iPhone, if you find an app called Weird Type, it's actually doing something similar. So grease pencil, and you resample it. I will resample it kind of, just make it like a medium value, and basically we want to break every line of this text, every edges. And in order to do that, I will be using polygon boom. So we have the vertices and the edges here. If I'm not wrong, since this is like a single stroke of grease pencil, I can just plug this into polyline viewer and I get something like that, kind of like a neon type. But that's not what we want to make. We want to, because we break it into polygon boom, so what's gonna happen next, you see the edges got separated into 158 different parts, and if I bake it, we're gonna have 158 objects. I'm not gonna do that. I will be using, I'm gonna show you what happened anyway. This with this range float for the location. And if I plug this into the Y, and you can see the text kind of being rebuilt, but each one of them is slightly offset. And you can see already here, the text is broken into different edges, just like we want, and we can actually kind of shuffle this. So now you can see the text is being shuffled, and you can't read the blend anymore. If I decrease it slightly, or kind of changing the offset value, now a little bit more readable. Let me actually turn off the grease pencil. Now you can see it's only readable from one angle, but from the other side it just look like this, like scrambled kind of polygon edges. Cool. All right, so let's use polyline viewer and then maybe merge it into a single curve instead of having many objects, and then we plug this in there and this guy in there. So now you can see they're all kind of like a pipe or like a cylinder. They got the hole though, however this is Blender curve does that, but that's okay. At least we have kind of like a solid object, so it still works. In fact, if I go back, if I try to randomize slightly, so I still have control over my text, my grease pencil sampling. In here, I can also, oh, you see the number here? I'm gonna just use list length to make this like completely procedural. Make this to level 0 and then plug this into the count. Now we can see our scramble. Cool. Like I said, it's better to keep it lower number, simpler. And what's cool about this is that with our curve, if we kind of duplicate it, if we go to the edit mode, select everything and then just hold the F, you see what happening? Blender have these operations that connect the dots together until the last one, and then now we have this pretty cool looking geometry, kind of like a graffiti slightly, but it's not exactly. And then maybe you actually can randomize this a little bit more. If I'm not wrong, straight chalk also can kind of connect the dots for you automatically, so you don't need to go to edit mode and then connect all of this manually like this. But I still want to show it to you because it's kind of interesting. It's connect the dots based on the order. I'm holding F, and yeah, so we get that. Another different design. But if you want to try, if you use UV connections, I believe this also kind of do the same thing. Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe we need to reorder it, but it's gonna connect the dots as well. Oh yeah, that's interesting. It's probably, we probably need to do something with the order, but it's possible. Let me try this flip. Sometimes this can be slightly confusing. Maybe we need to list join it. List join. Or maybe even zip it. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna do that. You can play around with it, but it's possible to kind of connect the dots like this manually. So with the curve itself, you can still have control over the thickness. So you have this, you can print it out, or you can turn it into augmented reality. So yeah, but that's basically the whole process. So that's how you can kind of scramble a text, grease pencil text. All right, so hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.